like a huge cylinder. Looks more like a huge cylinder. more like a huge cylinder.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? I do hope that everyone here is doing well. Right now I'm kind of just relaxing, vibing. And Kibo, I see your message. It's okay if you're delayed in talking. If you need to clean your room, for Monday, then that's totally fine. I get that. Let's go into the just chatting room. And since I'm still getting back into streaming, um, I'll probably do like 2 hours just to be safe. I don't want to push myself too hard. Oh, Monday is when the new mattress comes in. That's nice. That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, there we go. I had to make sure that everything was working. Okay. Now for Spotify. Let me double check Spotify. Yep. Okay. We're good to go. Let's see. Start with. Yeah, Kibo. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I do remember you telling me that your current mattress has like 4 springs that are actually not coming up from the top of the mattress, but they're coming up from the bottom, which is very interesting. I had no idea that springs were able to do that. Okay, I'm not sure if... Is Snip working? Let's see. I might need to refresh. That's okay. This kind of scuff is normal. Oh no. Come on, OBS. Don't do me like this. Come on. Don't crash. Let's not now. Come on. We're better than this. Come on. Oh, it's due to the bed frame. Oh, that's what it is. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, thank goodness. Let me try just getting Snip to open up. Let me try that. Okay, here we go. Oh, you got a plan in place to keep the mattress safe? That's awesome. That's awesome. I imagine it's gonna be difficult to keep a mattress safe simply because here's the crazy thing, right? Having a plan to keep your new mattress safe when there's like wooden pallets, old blanket. Okay. You got him. Okay, so you got all of that to help protect the mattress. That's great. That should hopefully work. Yeah, because what I was thinking is because of the fact that the springs are coming out from the bottom, it'd be very difficult to protect a mattress. You know what I mean? He just debuted on VStream and are at 37 followers. Let's go! Let's go! Thank you for the message, Kibo, as well. That's hype. The ultimate secret. Here's the thing, right? Even though I debuted on VStream and have 37 followers, I think the ultimate secret that I've... Okay, chat. If you want to do decently well, right? If you want to get a fairly substantial fan base, you got to interact with the community. All right? That's just how it is. You got to interact with the community. And since the VTuber community has been exclusively on Twitter, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've just been dropping my PNG everywhere to the point. It's essentially to the point now where I'm replicating this old ass. Yeah, that is very true. It's to the point now where okay, it's not quite there yet, but I would say it's getting fairly close. Like any drop your PNGs type of thread, there's a good chance you're going to find this PNG. It's basically I'm basically just doing this. I'm making sure that this PNG, right? It's the mere sight of his face is ingrained into the minds of every single VTuber that comes across it. You will never escape its grasp. I've been hesitant because I've been waiting. Process. Yeah, you've told me about that. When it comes to like learning how to use not live 2D, but a different program to rig models. I do remember you going. I do remember you doing that at some point, and you're also like working on Inochi 2D. There you go. Yeah, that's what it was. Inochi. I do remember that. And okay. Speaking of mattresses, um, I I'm not sure what kind of specific mattress you're gonna get, but yeah, I do remember you talking about wanting to learn how to rig in Inochi 2D, and I haven't seen the full results of your labor and in learning how to use the software, but I do hope that's been going well. But speaking of mattresses, here's something I recently come to learn. Okay. Um, Hip hop artist 50 Cent was an early investor in Casper, which is one of the companies that makes like their own set of, mattresses, like comfortable mattresses. I'm not sure if that's the specific like brand of mattress you're buying. I assume that's the case, but or like yeah, the brand of foam mattresses. I'm not sure if Casper is the one that you're buying, but 50 Cent was an early investor in Casper, which is kind of crazy. He's making like millions off of the IPO. So this is basically like a repeat of when he invested. This is basically like a repeat of the time he, oh gosh, like bought 15% equity in Vitamin Water. I do remember that, but then like the Coke, the company that make Coca-Cola, right? Those guys, they bought Vitamin Water for $4.1 billion. So there's that. And 50 cents early investment in Casper has a valuation close to $1 billion. It's what I assuming that it works out. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that kind of thing goes. Let me play a different really. Oh no, hold on. Spotify isn't coming through. When it comes in, I'll see a pic of it. Okay, that's fair. But I definitely assumed it was going to be like one of the foam mattresses. It's made nice and neat. Okay, that's good. That's a good sign. Made nice and neat, and that's good. There we go. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to like posting my PNG, just about everywhere at this point is very much been like. Sometimes I will be posting just a full view of just like the PNG, and then there are times where I'm posting just the eyes. That's an interesting thing because there's like been sometimes you'll have threads of the eyes, sometimes it'll just be like drop your PNGs. But the one thread I'm not a huge fan of, as I've come to find out, is the ones where they're like, oh, drop your PNG so I could draw it on stream. And even when you go to the stream and you watch them like drawing at some point, you see them like pick out just random PNGs that they find, and they just, unfortunately, they never draw your PNG. They never get to it. Maybe like a lucky few people will get a drawing, but it's like limited slots. And it's kind of, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's a little frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I'm just trying to market myself as much as possible. I think that's ultimately as and look, okay. Seriously. An artist on Twitter, right? They're just like, I'm in the mood to draw people after I'm done with some commissions, so drop your PNG. Let me draw you. Yeah, pick and choose. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Bit of a meat pickle. Yeah. Yeah, it can be. But seriously, someone who just wanted to see our PNGs, right? They followed me and liked the reply. Right now I'm just thinking, what? I genuinely wasn't expecting that. I mean, it's great. That's probably the best outcome that you could get out of it, but you never expect that when the VTuber asking for these PNGs. Not just your PNG, but like other people's PNGs. When they do that. And then there was this other VTuber, there's this other VTuber, Demon VTuber, of course. He's essentially like, drop your PNGs, introduce yourself. I'll try to tell you like a lore accurate way we could meet. For mine, if I remember right. Yeah, I definitely left like him is. He said, I could possibly meet you via a random quest commission that requires me to travel to other planets. I would need convenient transport. So I like that. And then, of course, you get, like, the drop your model and I'll give you a rating. And this one guy said, you seem like a cool brother type. 8 out of 10. And that's awesome. That's especially great. You'll never see it coming. Yeah, exactly. People will never expect... You're honestly, even when you're just like dropping all these, even when you're just dropping your model everywhere, you never know what kind of reaction you're gonna get. Probably the cutest one is very much like, hi, you're so friend shaped. I love it. 8 out of 10 huggability, and that's great. I definitely looks like someone who's huggable. And sometimes I'll show support to other artists where I'm just looking through. There's recently been like this new website similar to Fiverr, I think. Not like an exact replica, but similar, where the packing one. I'm not really sure about the packing one. I'm not sure about that. I should definitely play unpacking at some point, but it just depends on like the schedule. You know what I mean? But yeah, artists are basically like advertising their services on this new website. And one of those artists, I looked through their page, I looked at their prices, and all I could just say is that their work looks amazing. I was just gushing about it, and I was just like, I want to commission you so bad, but I can't. I'm so sorry, but our art looks so good. It looks so clean. Presentation, everything. It's amazing. And then I got this one reply where the guy just says, honestly, pretty straightforward presentation, but I like this Martian a lot. Like a silly little alien, and they're having a great time. Also read Mothership Records in the bio, and it sold me. 7 out of 10. So that's an even better. That's a pretty great rating too. And I'm definitely starting to feel like kindness is the best way to go about these things. You know what I mean? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. No. Okay. You know what, Kibo? It actually took me a while to remember the packing thing, what you were talking about. Okay, now I remember. So, oh god. Okay, so chat for anyone who doesn't know, he's basically referring to this time where like I submitted my PNG tuber to like it was a smash or pass kind of thing, but there's also like the option of fist bump. So found that I am kind of short. Most of the models are like 6 foot. Over here, 5'9" tall. You know what's funny, Kibo? I'm even shorter than you are. I'm like 5'8", and I really couldn't care less. I don't care if people have tall VTubers. I really don't. I'm just fine being this fairly average height. You know what I mean? So 5'9", Kibo, you're taller than I am. So I'd say that's I would probably say that's a thing of accomplishment. I find that being taller would suck at chance. Yeah. Being tall, it would absolutely suck for chandeliers. Just getting knocked over all the time. Getting broken in half. I would not. Yeah, back to the packing, as I was saying. So, to summarize, yeah. I submitted my PNG tuber as part of the Smasher Pass tier list. But there's also like a fist bump option. And I was fairly modest in my presentation. You know, I was being humble, right? I didn't want to come across like I was being cocky or arrogant or whatever. I was just like, here's what I look like. Take it for what you will. It's not that spicy. I'm pretty mild. And the streamer reacted to it basically saying, shut up. Shut up. I know you're packing heat. I know you're packing heat. And that was so funny because it came out of nowhere, and I genuinely wasn't expecting him to say that I was packing. I was packing heat. I really I didn't expect that from just the streamer, I guess. I genuinely wasn't expecting that. But I appreciated the compliment, of course, but packing? How am I packing? It didn't make sense to me at the time, but you know what? Looking back, I appreciate it even more. And there's okay. I okay. What I was gonna say. Come on. Come on, OBS. Okay. What I was gonna say is yeah, and the boss too, and how he hyped me up as well and said that like I have amazing musical ability and to keep on making music. I really appreciated that. I actually sent the boss, or no, last night. I actually sent the boss the same picture I sent you of the redesign. He hasn't sent anything yet. I just let him know on stream that I sent him like the new version of the redesign. And for those in chat that don't know, it's basically this is the redesign right here. This is made by Ab, same person who made Boffa's character design, Boss's character design, and it looks so cool. All of this looks amazing, but looking at it, like I won't mind the little headphone bits there and how they plug into the neck. I do think that's a cool concept. Okay, I gotta give her that. That's a really cool concept. But at the same time, very much like I'm just an alien. I'm not an alien with some electronics. But I guess you know what? It's cyberpunk inspired, so I guess you got to have something in there, right? So that totally makes sense. But what I was thinking is like for the headphones, instead of just always plugging them into the sides of the neck, you could like have it plugged into like another electronic device. You could have the wire sort of extend out as far as you need it to without needing to get like extended cables. You know what I mean? The fact that they just I don't have a like a really long wire for my headphones specifically. I don't have that. It's very much like a coil, right? It's like a winding coil, and then it goes. It's like it's plugged straight into the headphones, straight, and then it's just coil all the way up to the all the way up to the headphone port of the speaker. So that's what my headphones are like, at least. But I do like that particular design idea. It's just that I wanted something cyberpunk inspired. Cyberpunk kind of needs cybernetics, and you know what? I won't mind that. I won't mind that particular design choice.
Filling up on quality top-tier gas for less at Arco.
Ads.
Win.
Fucking ads. All right, Kibo. Have fun cleaning. And just, I don't know, enjoy the stream in the background. That's totally fine. Let me look. What I really want to do, even if there is no lurk command. Okay, that's totally fine. Kibo, thank you for the lurk regardless. Thank you. What I really wanted to do was basically have my commands from Mix It Up and have them basically transfer over to VStream, but I don't think Mix It Up even allows for that. It's very much Twitch exclusive from the look of things. I don't even know if there's like, I don't know, additional software VStream might have in the works for this kind of thing. I don't know. It's difficult to say. But you know what? This is a new streaming platform, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I have a Discord server, just to let everyone know, and we recently added a new text channel where people could drop like links to Twitch clips where people are basically reacting to my PNG tuber. And so far, I've been dropping a lot of links to these clips. I think it's been about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 clips. There's just 12 clips. 12 links to Twitch clips. There's 12 links. And I'm having to do all this by myself. Most of the links, most of the clips from Twitch where people are like even doing like a smasher pass, a tier list, or so on and so forth, all of that where my PNG tuber is featured, where I'm featured, I'm having to do that all by myself. It's just a solo single man made a single alien run operation right now, and I do wish I had more people out there in in the Twitch sphere to put it in one way. Yeah, I do hope that people are able to, I guess, find these clips or like watch the VTubers on Twitch streaming and just be like, okay, there's the PNG tuber, let me clip it, and then get in the Discord server, paste, and then have them watch it. But for right now, it's all just me at the moment. So, you know, it is what it is. I forgot to unmute. I forgot to unmute Spotify. That's my bad. Oh god. What in the world would I even actually no, this is a really good topic of conversation. Like what would make VStream better? We could all say that we want all of these different corporate VTubers to kind of move from Twitch over to VStream. But they've already got like a established fan base, right? They've already got the established fan base on Twitch. I think what would make VStream better is if they had like they allowed viewers who aren't streamers to make their own like viewer account. At least I would think that would be a lot better. That would be a great idea. And not only that, but if they wanted to upgrade their account, they can for absolutely free. And then they would get the content creator setter and all that. They'd have their own profile already. That's totally fine. They'd also have settings and so on and so forth, right? They'd have that, but I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. It's just something I've been thinking about ever since I joined on Tuesday. Also, I saw that Boffa made his own account, and I was the first one to follow his account, which is actually pretty funny. And he kind of says that VStream, from the looks of things, is very much similar to, I guess, Amino. And I haven't used those apps in a long time because there was a lot of amino apps back in the day. You had furry amino, MLP amino. Like you had all these different communities in the amino app that you could follow and post on. But all of that is kind of it's kind of dead in the water. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I can understand. I can understand where he's coming from, but I do genuinely see that VStream has a lot of potential. There is a lot of potential in VStream. There's a lot of potential in VStream. There's a good chance that VStream has a future, right? It has its own appeal to VTubers who would like to stream to an audience and have, like, I guess a little bit more control over the stream. The only okay. The one singular problem I have, and it's not like I don't think this problem is really like a fault of the developers of VStream. This is very much something indicative, I guess. It's very indicative of Twitch, right? Because with Twitch and VStream, you're allowed to add your own set of emotes that people could type in the stream chat. They're allowed to do that. But the problem is that oh gosh, how do I put this? You're very limited to, I guess, how many emotes you're allowed to have on your channel. I think the only difference between VStream and Twitch is that how do I put this politely? With Twitch, there's like either like a subscription incentive. Yeah, there's like a subscriber incentive to. There's like an incentive to get this amount of. There's a certain incentive where if your channel gets a certain amount of subscribers, then you're able to add in a new emote slot for the channel. But with VStream, you're right now just very limited to 5 emotes and nothing else. And that's kind of, it's a little frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, because of the fact that, you know, VTubers VTubers, like humans, have a wide range of emotion. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different emotions that people feel, and during certain points in the stream, you could be confused, you could be angry, you could be annoyed, you could be excited, you could be hyped up, you could be all of these different emotions, and there's an emote for every single one of them. But to be limited to 5 of them, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. In the sense that, like, it doesn't make sense simply because why would you limit creators to only 5 emotes? What's the is there even an incentive there for creators to get, like, you know, more followers on their channel, and then they're able to unlock like a new slot, like a new emote slot, they're able to do that? Or like what's the incentive there? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just too crazy. I'm just going crazy thinking about all this. But I do think that there should be more emote slots. I would reasonably say instead of just limiting your followers to just like 5, you should probably have different, how do I put this? There's like you should allow your streamers to determine what should be the minimum amount of emotes they can have on their stream, or like, no, you know what? No, that doesn't make sense. I would probably say just have like different presets, right? For like how many emotes one streamer is allowed to have, right? At the very tail end, they could have 5, and like at the very beginning, you'd have 5, and then towards the tail end, 100. But that's like the most extreme they could go. Somewhere you could probably have like maybe, what about like 5 different presets, right? You have 5 over here, 100 over here, and then somewhere in between is that happy medium as to how many emotes a streamer could have on their stream. Yeah, but that's just me. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about sometimes. I'm just an alien on the internet, and I'm totally fine with that. But I think that's a pretty good idea. I definitely think that VStream has a lot of promise, a lot of potential. I love the layout. I love the design. I will admit and say that I haven't gone out of my way to pop into a VTuber stream on VStream and fully watch them through all the way. I haven't done that yet. But I guess I'm just waiting for... I'm not sure. I'm probably just waiting for... I'm definitely waiting for a VTuber streamer to catch my attention. Wait, hold on a minute. Why do I keep calling them VTuber streamers? That doesn't make any sense. Because... Okay, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. Why am I just calling them VTuber streamers? That doesn't make any sense. If they were VTubers, they would be uploading content over to YouTube, right? So then, why don't we just call them V streamers? They're literally virtual streamers. That makes so much more sense. Chat, I think I'm starting to understand. I think I'm slowly starting to understand why this platform is called VStream. Because, yeah, we're starting out as, like, virtual streamers. That makes sense. But virtual tubers? Virtual content? VTubers? I hate that abbreviation in particular simply because it limits the definition of what a virtual content creator is supposed to be by the platform. When it's supposed to be, I guess, virtual entertainer. I mean, that probably makes a lot more sense. And it makes a lot more sense generally just because it encompasses everybody. It encompasses every form of entertainment possible. It encompasses virtual YouTubers. It encompasses virtual streamers. It encompasses virtual musicians, virtual singers, what may have you, right? Virtual entertainers. But ads. But the main problem is that... But the main problem with that particular definition of the word is that there isn't a way to abbreviate it, so we've kind of had to resort to abbreviate virtual entertainers as being like virtual VTubers, so we decided to go with that. I don't know. I love being a VTuber. I love being a PNG tuber. I love being a virtual entertainer. Fuck definitions. All right, just fuck all these preconceived notions of what a VTuber is supposed to be. It's it's just a little annoying. It's not like, how do I put this? It's not like, it's not a huge deal, right? It's not a completely huge deal or like even a deal breaker at all. I absolutely still want to keep doing this. Of course. Of course I want to keep doing this, obviously. Damn. I nearly got myself in a existential crisis. I damn near got myself into an existential crisis thinking about like what VTubers are supposed to be. You know what I mean? That has got me all kinds of fucked up. Oh boy. Well, I mean, my gosh, there's just so many VTubers out there, and I would love to support them all in some way. I really do. But, there's only so much time in the world that you could dedicate to supporting one VTuber, 5 VTubers, 10 VTubers. So many VTubers that there's no way you'd be able to support everybody. Right? I think the best way that you could go about it is just supporting your favorites, right? Whichever ones that you watch, they make you feel better, you have a good time being with them. Those are the ones you support the most. And you know what? It's okay if you don't like. Oh gosh, getting tired. I'm trying my best. You know what? Sometimes you're not gonna be able to support every single VTuber all at once, and that's okay. There's only so many VTubers that you could really watch in a day. There's only so many VTubers that you can, I don't know, watch every month or week or so. You can only do that for so long before you eventually just get tired, and then you're just like, well, I've done all of that, and now I have other responsibilities in my life I need to tend to. So it's kind of what it is. It is what it is, really. Oh. Oh shit. Sorry. I forgot to unmute the music again. That's funny. That is funny. Oh gosh. It's kind of insane to me how much the internet overall has been changing. Not just like within the scope of 20, 30, 40 years. No. No, it's none of that. Just within 1 year. We had Twitter. We had the Twitter bird at some point, but now it's X. Ugh. And now Threads also exists, but honestly, I don't feel like I'm gonna be using that at all. Like, it's annoying. Honestly, as much as I hate saying this, for right now, I'm staying on Twitter. I don't care. That's where the VTuber community is. That's where all of the fun is. I'm done with Threads. I'm done with joining other social medias. I'm honestly tired of all of these new social media launch ups coming out, and I'm having to now keep track of every single one when I don't really want to. It's pretty much the same reason why I tried to do TikTok. I tried using TikTok at one point, but then I just stopped. And TikTok, I'm honestly, okay. Honestly, I'm genuinely glad I deleted the TikTok app off of my phone, because as much as I see the appeal of short form content, and you know what? Maybe there's a chance I'll do some short form content at some point. But right now, as it currently stands, I'm not using it. I'm not using it. I just don't. I don't want to use TikTok anymore. I'm not using TikTok anymore. For any reason. That app was just an entire sinkhole. I couldn't get anything done with it. I couldn't get anything done when I had it on my phone, and I'm just, yeah, I'm really glad that phase of my life is just gone. Is just done and gone. But you know, you look through threads and there's not really a lot of activity there. And you're just like, what the hell did I even install this app for? Is disappointing. It's very disappointing because you had such high hopes for a new startup, but then even after you see all of these celebrities and all of these people jumping onto the Threads bandwagon, now it's just nothing. There's just no activity at all whatsoever to speak of. Just, I don't know, man. I guess just stick to your guns. Stick to what you're already doing, because let me just be clear about this. Okay? There is no way that we are going to see there's just no way we're going to be able to see another Twitter competitor that actually has staying power currently. Right now, we're kind of just coasting by, if that makes sense. I just don't really think we're going to be seeing another Twitter competitor that is not only like independent, but also has staying power and is also for the general public, is for just, you know, everybody. Because, yeah, Twitter is sinking. All right? There's a lot of bad shit on Twitter right now as it is. When Elon Musky Balls is the one that bought the company. All right? I get that. But where else are we going to go? We have so many different options, and right now they all kind of suck. I mean, look. I still have the VTubers.me app installed. I'm glad that there's been new updates to it. But like, it's all just I went live. It's all just like notifications that a creator went live. Nobody's liking them. Nobody's reposting them. It's great that it got an update on the 1st of August, but there just is not a lot of activity on here. I'm not gonna lie. I just found I don't have any interest in using it. I just don't. Again, I had a lot of promise for that app, and I just don't want to use it. It sucks to have to say that, because I love supporting projects that were made independently, especially VTubers.me. Like, that absolutely would have been a great Twitter alternative for VTubers, but a majority of the post, at least given what I'm seeing on the timeline, it's all just people saying, hey, I went live on Twitch. Hey, I went live on Twitch. And it's no like, you're not seeing stream schedules. You're not seeing unique posts or anything like that. None of that. And that sucks. It sucks to have to see that kind of thing, but I genuinely don't think I see myself ever. I really don't see myself using that app again. I love it. I think there's potential in that particular application for VTubers and content creators, but it's not for everybody. It's for like, it's like within a niche kind of area. You know what I mean?
Your next audiobook
I
on
just-
Spotify.
I just need to stop. I genuinely need to stop installing new Twitter applications. I need to stop joining all these new social media websites. I need to stop. It's enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. It's too much. I'm starting to realize it's too much. But God. I think the best piece of advice I could really give for just trying to survive on literally the best piece of advice I can give for surviving on X or Twitter as being run by Elon Musk balls is to just stick to being a part of one community, try to focus on the good. If there's anything remotely political being posted and it's being posted up like it's an ad or anything like that, just block it, mute it, do whatever you need to get rid of the noise. To just filter out all of the unnecessary noise, and you'll be in the clear. That is genuinely the best piece of advice I could really give for surviving on this new Twitter. As much as I hate how Elon Musk has been running the company. Okay. I hate that Elon Musk has done this. I hate that he still owns the company. I hate all of it. Really do. But ultimately, there's nothing that we as individuals can do. All right? There's nothing we can do. It is what it is. It's going to keep existing as a social media website as it is. Let's just try to live the best life that we can with that site while it's still here. It is what it is. And when it comes to stuff like Twitter Blue and wanting to be verified, be damned if you do, be damned if you don't. I don't know what else to tell you. It is what it is. It's not. And you know what? I get it. I get it wanting to leave X, join a different platform, and just be like, I'm sticking to being here on this other platform simply because I don't want to deal with the negativity over there. I totally understand that. But, ultimately, Twitter or this new version of Twitter, like, that's the only place that has the most amount of users. That's the only one that has the most amount of pull because it's easy to understand, and you're able to find your niche, I guess. I do apologize if everything I'm saying doesn't make any sense, but it's just, it is what it is. I don't know how else to explain it. It is what it is. You can't really convince me otherwise. I forgot to unmute. Oh god. I hate the fact that I've been talking this whole time and I had Spotify muted. That's annoying. That's gotta be really annoying. Oh god. Also, I just thought of something. It would be absolutely fantastic if VStream, and you know what, if you want to say that this is like or similar to Twitch, then that's fair. I really do wish VStream was able to send me emails and tell me, here's the stats for your stream. Here's, new followers, new watchers, unique watchers, that kind of thing, right? That would be really great to see. But it's a new platform. I gotta give it time. I will say this though. I'm really happy about the fact that meteor showers are now a thing, which is really great. That's awesome. We finally get to raid people, but the only problem is that we don't know how to do that yet. We actually don't know how to raid people. We don't know how to raid people on stream, on VStream specifically, because of the fact that, like, my account on Twitch is associated with Mix It Up. It's complicated. I guess you could say that it's complicated. And I really wish I really wish VStream was implemented into Mix It Up. Okay? I think that's ultimately what I'm wanting. Because from the looks of things right now, it seems like I would need to get Stream Elements or some other application program where... No, wait, I think I already have Stream Elements. I'm literally using, or was it stream? There's so many programs to keep track of, and I just feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, no, I'm literally using Stream Elements right now because it's part of OBS, if that makes sense. I'm literally using it. Or no, wait, no, I'm not. I'm not using Stream Elements. I'm using the VStream chat thing. Oh god. Because here's the thing, all right? I appreciate that Mixup is a fully functional streaming bot. And they claim it's the only streaming bot you'll ever need, period. Fully featured, community driven, open source, developed by streamers, for streamers, and yet they don't have support, as far as I'm concerned, for VStream. And if they do have support for VStream, then I haven't seen it yet. Like, what the fuck? Literally, you can download Mix It Up, but one of the requirements is a twitch.tv account. What kind of bullshit is this? What kind of bullshit is this, my guy? I'm literally using... I literally download your program and never use it. I've downloaded your program and I've never used it for any VStream streams. I never used it for any VStream streams simply because they worked for Twitch. Simply because Mix It Up it works for Twitch, right? It's very annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. It's very, very annoying. And I wish there was some way for us to fix that. I really do. Oh, God. Yep. Just... yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. I've also been thinking about streaming on Kick at some point. I've thought about that being an option, but you know, because of the blood money, or no, not blood money, because of trying to think about this. Because of the fact that Kick is the only streaming service being funded by a gambling company, already that leaves a sour taste in my mouth. And all I could think is just, there is no way I am ever going to... seriously, like, there's just no way in the world I'm ever gonna waste my time streaming on Kick. As big and as popular as it is, being backed by a gambling company, there are gambling streams. Now, yes, I appreciate the fact that Kick allows you the option to hide the gambling streams and to hide the hot tub streams. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that they put the change in to begin with, but it still isn't selling me. It's not changing my mind. And the 95-5 split, it sounds appealing on paper, but in practice is... but in practice, it's simply not feasible. Right? That's just how I see it. It's I'm just being real. I'm just being real. I see a lot of potential in VStream, and the fact that VStream has its own dock that you can install as well is even better. So appreciate that. But yeah, I've that's the thing. I did a lot of not soul searching, but just like a lot of research into just figuring out which streaming platform I'm going to move to if for whatever reason Twitch decides to shoot itself in the foot again and somehow shut itself down, or just shut itself down simply because of the fact that Amazon decided. I think we've supported, or for some reason, just like Twitch just decides to like shoot itself in the foot again with another stupid feature that somehow screws creators more out of their money, or if Amazon decides to just pull out the backing and just leave Twitch abandoned. Like, I appreciate the fact that this is an option. I appreciate the fact that this is here. Is
If we got this weather yesterday, we're not having this conversation. All right.
Borderline emergency reaction to the day.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot going
Sorry,
on in
guys.
the world of golf these
I'm being
days,
too
and
negative.
Our goal is to break it down in a relatable, entertaining, and
I'm being way too negative about this, and I do apologize. It's just
And if you're not into golf, that's cool too. We'll be here if you change your mind.
I had a lot on my mind.
Would you bet a few $1,000s that you could sink an 8-foot putt?
I just
What about
Oh my-
10 grand that you could win a drag
Ads.
race against a Camaro?
stop. Just had a lot on my mind as of late. A lot of past stuff that I've been thinking about, and just sometimes there are moments where you tend to question yourself. You're thinking like, is it really even worth it to stream when the streaming space itself is kind of, I don't know, like in a state of limbo? Something like that. Now, pandemic was around, and that was a great opportunity because everybody had the chance to get other people's attention. And to get all of them to, follow the stream, to watch their content, stuff like that. And I do wish that I was able to make more of the usual long-form content and type beats that I'm usually more known for. But, of course, the broken hard drive, broken backup drive that I haven't gone out of my way to fix yet. And I've just been lazy. I felt I don't really feel like I've had any drive to make any new type beat videos. I've had a template. I absolutely have a template, but now I'm like putting in a little more effort into the type beat videos. But the problem is, with the added amount of effort, there also comes the scale in which how many type beats I actually have and how many of these type beat videos need to be made. It's not fair, man. It's just not fair. It's just not fair at all. But, at the same time, I'm very happy to have made the videos that I have, and I appreciate that fact. But it's like, it feels like I'm going through that same cycle I was back in the day when I was reacting to you know, just whatever random YouTube videos I decided to react to that were, you know, funny or entertaining. Now, don't get it twisted. I still like making music. I still like doing all that. But then making the videos themselves, like, why do you think I would? Why should I go through all that again? Do I really have to? Is it mandatory? Like, it's a lot of videos. That's the thing. It's a lot of videos, right? And there's a lot more effort I'm having to put into them. And because of work and streaming, like, I'm not sure if I really want to do any of that again. I feel like I need a break or something. And it doesn't help that the amount of resources I have at my disposal is very limited, and I don't have enough, like, artist pictures or backgrounds or anything like that. You know, that especially doesn't help. It's very complicated. That's the word I'm looking for. It's all very complicated. You know what? I'll be yeah, I'll be back. Just give me a minute. Make sure to mute the mic. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Danny Mart 2020, welcome to the stream. About an hour from my previous post to this stream, or did somebody forget it? No, I just had to walk away from the mic for a while. It's cool. You're good. You're good. Hope you're doing well. I just needed to take a bit of a break. It's just a vibe. We were just talking about a lot of stuff like just different social media platforms and all that. I was kind of venting a little bit about threads, about these different independent projects. You know what I mean? But don't worry, I'm very much active. I'm here. I'm live still. Probably got about like another half hour, let's say. Let me check Twitter real quick. Because you said something about it like being a hour since your previous post. Don't worry, I didn't exit the stream. Hopefully you're still there. Or something, I don't know. Fuck if I know. What else? I do apologize. Okay. For everyone in chat who previously watched my debut stream on VStream, or they went back and watched the VOD, for everyone who's done that, my VTuber name is Mortal Martian, but my surname is Dan Kibo, right? And Kibo is Japanese for scale, so you could be talking about musical scale, pitch scale, stuff like that. But the one thing I forgot to mention is Oshi marks. So if I can, in chat, smiley emotions. Okay, here we go. So in chat, you will see that our Oshi mark is an alien and a purple heart. Alien, that's kind of obvious. Purple, that's mainly because purple is my favorite color. So hopefully that clears everything up. Stop ads. And as for the fan base, I'm calling you guys Martians. And because, you know, like, you're all fellow Martians, we're all kind of alien in our own little way. We're unique. Everybody's unique in their own little way, to the point where we're like, God, I'm sorry. I'm messing up. I'm messing up. What I was going to say is, for the fan base, I'm calling you Martians because every single one of you has some sort of talent that we might not know about, and you're probably really good at that one thing. And not only that, everybody's different in their own unique way. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's a beautiful thing. Oh. Music back on. Here we go. I've also I haven't seen the full coverage of this particular situation, but like for some reason, XQC and Mudahar got into an argument on Twitter over, I guess, the merits of reaction channels. And you know what? I could totally understand the debate. I used to be a reaction channel. I used to react to jokes. I used to repeat the same jokes. I got tired of it. I got bored of it. I moved on to doing something else. And there's nothing wrong with that. There should be no shame in just wanting to do something else. Right? There's nothing else. There's nothing wrong with one day being on a reaction channel and then deciding I'm kind of getting a little bored of this. Let's do something else. Let's switch things up a bit. Is it going to fuck up the algorithm? Sure. But that doesn't really matter to me that much. As long as you're, doing what you love, then that should be all that matters, really. I just decided to grab the quick snack. It's just some chicken. It's just some fried chicken I had in the freezer. Just needed to reheat it since it was frozen. So that. Now, in regards to the whole debate and the whole drama around Mudahar XQC, it appears that it's kind of moved on past, like, no, not that. Oh, what was I gonna say? XQC went on from arguing with Mudahar, and now he went on to argue with Ethan Klein. I looked at it, and even I was kind of like, Ethan has a point. Ethan has a point. XQC, whenever he reacts to videos, he does just kind of sit there quietly and barely says much. Sometimes he'll even like leave the room while the video is playing. Like, he's not really adding any extra commentary to it. So I could understand that debate. I can understand where people are coming from that particular angle. But I'm not really gonna sit here and act like I'm not as bad as him, or that I haven't watched any of his videos, because then I'd look like a hypocrite. Right? There was a time during the pandemic where I was watching a lot of No Pixel roleplay. No Pixel is basically like a GTA roleplay server. It's like one of the most popular ones in that particular field. I watched a lot of that. It looked like a lot of fun. God, I really wish I could apply to it. I really wish I could do that at some point, but honestly, not the appeal, but the popularity of that particular series, it kind of died down along with the pandemic. It's kind of done that. But now it's making a bit of a resurgence, but now I'm just kind of like, I mean, I tried. You know what? I tried to get back into it, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. I tried though. And XQC, on that particular server, he was a menace. He was just an absolute menace. And wreaked havoc on the whole city at some point. But then, you know, it kept getting banned, unbanned, banned. It was a back and forth. And then eventually, like, he lost interest in it too. So, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. But, you know, to be clear, anybody could react to videos the way that XQC has been reacting to videos. Anybody could do that. Seriously. If I was watching a video right now, I would just mute my microphone and I would just be doing that the whole stream while watching the video. Not saying anything, not adding anything to the reaction, just sitting there doing nothing. I could easily do that if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna react to. Hold on. I'm not going to go out of my way and react to videos anymore. At least I'm gonna try. Okay. Now, I will say that excuse me. I was gonna say is, by contrast, I think music reactions to music in particular, right? Despite the fact that those types of reaction videos, you know, they're gonna be targets of like copyright notices and DMCA requests, takedown requests, you know, stuff like that. Copyright strike, you know, whatever, right? It's not easy to be able to react to music that's, you know, copyrighted, unless you got like permissions and stuff like that. But I think that's a lot more valuable, especially for I think music reactions are much more valuable for independent artists, right? Because they're able to watch in real time what kind of reaction their music gives the listener of their music in particular, especially for independent rappers as well. That's especially valuable. That's just as valuable a resource. Not only that, but, you know, sometimes if the song that the artist or rapper wants the reactor to listen to isn't as good as their usual work, then there's a good chance they're going to get some positive, or honestly, okay, obviously the reaction is not going to be as positive as, you know, other reactions within the music reaction field, right? But I do feel like there's going to be some constructive criticism that the reactor is going to have to give at some point, right? At some point, they're going to need to give them some constructive criticism and give them some, you know, some feedback and tell them the song wasn't as good as I thought it was. I think you need to work in the mix, or you need to work on the drums, or maybe the melody wasn't as interesting. There's like a lot of things that could go wrong with the song. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. Or it could be stuff like the production isn't all that interesting. You know, the drums kind of feel samey. There wasn't as much punch to the kick. But those specific kind of those specific types of criticisms, those are more applicable to like production, or those are more those are more applicable to like producers and them reacting to independent releases in comparison to just like the general public. Like, if a person in the general public listens to an independent artist and the reaction is very much positive and, you know, they enjoy the song, then hopefully it's a good song. But sometimes someone else might listen to it and not enjoy it as much. But I think this is kind of like beauty music as a whole. So when it comes to reaction content, it's kind of it's a double-edged sword in a way. Some reaction content is valuable, right? And it's even more valuable when the reactor gives more insight into what they're thinking and how they're feeling about these certain things. Maybe they have additional knowledge about a certain topic that other reactors might not have. But then, of course, you also have the XQCs where they just sit there and not really say anything. And at that point, you'd probably be better off just watching the original video to begin with. So it's a tricky subject. Tricky subject. Oh God. What else could we talk about? Let me look.
Want to be more active this summer? Sierra helps you save on everything from swimsuits to stand-up paddleboards, tennis rackets to fishing tackle. And if that doesn't float your boat, we also have pool floats. Sierra, let's get moving to your local store, like now.
Ready to have the most power over your music? Settle into your favorite playlists and albums with every song flowing into the next, thanks to uninterrupted music listening. There's no one way to listen with Spotify Premium. Tap the banner to learn more.
Oh God, that's annoying.
Would you bet a few $1,000s that you
There we go. Also, for anyone that thinks I've been quiet the whole stream, I haven't. There's a good chance you just had it on mute, probably. I don't know. But I do apologize if I haven't been, like, talking about a bunch of stuff. I don't know everything. All right? It's a complicated world out there, you know what I mean? And there's only so much shit that you can deal with or that you can learn about before you finally just say, you know what, I think I've learned enough about this thing or this thing in this particular field and that, and so on. Like, it's impossible to really learn everything, right? You shouldn't be tasking yourself with having to learn everything. Just try to learn about the most important bits. Or maybe even do some research on a particular topic before you decide to react to a particular video on stream. I'm not sure. At least you won't look like an idiot. All right? It's... And... God. As messy as the internet right now is, especially with Twitter, especially with YouTube, especially with Twitch, especially with all the big platforms, I will say that there were so many good content creators I used to watch back in the day. You know, you had your Vsauce, you had Wheezy Waiter, you had all these different content creators from back in the day that you watched. And it was just so fun to watch them. Now it's just Mr. Beast clones, music videos, fucking sports compilations. YouTube has essentially become TV. Or no, wait. The internet, here's a better analogy I have. The internet and its various websites right now, they're basically television channels. You know what I mean? It's weird because, like, oh no, wait, they're no, they're not. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm getting close to something here. YouTube and Twitch, they're like cable packages. They're like cable packages in the day where you had a certain number of channels you could watch. About 100 in total. But with YouTube and Twitch, you could watch as many content creators as you want. You just have to look for them. If you want to look for a VTuber, then honestly, looking for just VTubers in general, like in the search bar, is not going to yield you a lot of results. So, the thing is, if you wanted to watch a certain VTuber and you're not following them, you kind of have to go to Twitter first to find the VTuber you want to watch, right? And then you have to go back to Twitch to find their channel, so then you could watch the live streams live and then support them by giving them a follow. It's weird. It's weird how the internet runs like this now. I don't think I ever could have seen any of this be possible. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's weird to think about. And keep in mind, I have more memories about just watching music videos on YouTube back in like, what, 2006. I have more memories about playing on my PSP when I was 10. When I was a kid. Had a lot of fun on it. Helped to distract me from just all of the pain and just everything. It helped me to distract me from everything that was going on in my life at the time. It was a lot. And, you know, I appreciate the fact that it helped. At this point, I just feel lost. At this point, I'm just not sure what to talk about or how to end the stream. I do apologize. It's been a long couple hours. I'm just now trying to get back into streaming, and I think just doing 2-hour streams right now, it feels a lot more fulfilling in my opinion, right? Because, oh, actually, okay, let me go with this. When it comes to just chatting streams, those work a lot better within the 2-hour time period, because at some point you're going to run out of stuff to talk about on your own. Whereas if you're collaborating with somebody else, then you might be streaming for 3 to 4 hours at that point, because you have much more to talk about, have much more information that you can get between the two of you, and so on. But doing it solo, doing it on your own, I think 2 hours is like a good stream time, at least in my opinion. So for everybody here in the chat and everyone out there watching, thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you so much. I'm glad we could be here to just vibe, just have a good time. And yeah, I genuinely hope that everybody out there just has a great, wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you on Tuesday, okay? I've got like 2 more streams planned out ahead of time for next week. And there's a good chance I'll probably plan out another 2 more. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.